Hey guys, Troy here. Wanted to share with you a couple of things. First, wanted to share with you these t-shirts are still available. FountainPenFanatic.com. Look for the link down below in the video description. But one of the things I wanted to share with you was another pen that I had procured here recently that was on my wish list. Why was it on my wish list? Well, if you have seen my video that I did previously on the Waterman Expert, at the time I only had Waterman Expert 1, Waterman Expert 2. Now they are producing the Waterman Expert 3, though they just call it the Expert. And the only reason I did that video was because it was by request, so I went ahead and did that. Well, you know, my Waterman Expert 1 and my Waterman Expert 2. And if you want to know more about that particular thing, that particular topic, just look up here for a little link and I'll take you to the video that I did a full-length topic on the Waterman Expert. But I've been looking for and hunting for a good deal for quite a while, actually, on the Waterman Expert 3, which was this one right here. And you can tell that it's a little bit different on the one that I managed to procure. So you've got the same basic styling as the others. You've got that same slant on the cap, the nice ring right here. It's done a little bit differently down here. Instead of the double cap here, it's got kind of a silver ring right there and the whole you know, chromed out cap like that. But you've got the bifurcated clip, and then you've got the metal barrel, and then you've got a nice little ring right there, which helps in posting as well as for design. So this one here, a little expensive when you start to go look for them, so I hunted and looked for a bargain. They've been going for about $150 depending upon where you go to buy them. And I found this one on sale, and that seller was having a discount that was fairly good. I was actually looking at several different ones. One was all black, just like this one. And I just decided, I don't know, this one looked really, really different. Very different than my other two. So I said, all right, let's go ahead and bag this one. And I'm actually pretty happy with this particular purchase. So, you know, I got it for about a third less than suggested retail, or I've been seeing with some vendors that are out there. And it's got the same slip cap. It's got the same standard or traditional style nib on it. And this one happens to retain that silver. And I will, or that silver tone anyway. And I'll show you exactly how it writes and show you the pen side by side laid out here before you. Alright, here they are laid out side by side, each of the three generations of the Waterman Expert. The Waterman Expert came in a standard Waterman box like this. It's got the label on it, and he's got that Waterman cardboard sleeve that covers up a nice presentation box. You can tell it's one of the newer boxes, and you open it up, and there's not a whole lot there, but I mean, that just was laying in there. It did come with a cartridge, and it did come with an instruction booklet. Dump the cartridge out here. There you go, so you can see it, and a booklet, and there's the pillow that it sat upon. And one of the things it did come with as well is it did come with a converter when I purchased this. To me, that's important. When you're going to pay $100, $150 for a pen, Waterman should be including converters with their pens. I mean, I bought a Phileas in the 90s for 40 bucks. They came with a bunch of cartridges, a converter, a bottle of ink, and the pen. So, here we go. This was the Waterman 1. One of the things I liked about the Waterman 1, number one, how it wrote. But also, it's got, if you see here, it's got that angular nib to it, which made it kind of unique in how it looked. But this one was actually a pretty good writer. This one here is when they changed to a metal as opposed to having a resin body or a plastic body, and they went more with a traditional style nib on the Waterman 2. Be honest with you, out of the three, that's my least favorite. And then here to the Expert 3, and that's where, on this particular model, that I chose, obviously, the different styling on that cap and that beautiful blue that it came with. So, I just wanted to be different, and wholeheartedly different from my other two. Like I said, I'd looked at some others that looked just like that black one. But one of the things I like about it, it posts very securely. You hear that snap? Well, I told you that snap ring at the back helps post that pen securely where it's not going to come off. You get that same snap as you would on the front of the pen. So this particular one is Waterman Expert 3. Alright, this is present production. You can still buy these brand new. Waterman is still making them. And they did well. One of the few pens that actually performs well that I was really impressed with. To me, Waterman was in their heyday with their modern pen production in the 90s. When you started looking at the low end for the Phileas, all the way up to, you start to get into the Edson, and you get some high performance pens. But nowadays, they've actually got some that are still decent. I mean, your Karen is halfway decent. The Emblem is not bad, which is basically a reincarnation of the Phileas, but not quite. And then you've got the Expert. The Expert has been around for a while. It's lasted for several decades. And I can see why. It's not a bad pen whatsoever. I put into this one Diamine Florida Blue. It's not a tremendously wet writer on this Rhodia dot pad. It's going to stay a little wetter than it would on traditional paper. But this pen and ink combination, not tremendously wet, but it's not bad either. This is a medium nib on it, which I tend to get because I like Waterman medium nibs. I like how they do on those. I'm not a huge fan of fine nibs. I've got a few Waterman fines, but to be honest with you, I like their medium nib as my preferred nib on most any pen, really. But as far as being smooth, this one is very smooth. It's not the smoothest I've ever had. It's definitely not scratchy. It's well beyond the concept of being acceptable. I mean, it is actually a fairly smooth, good writing and reliable. Every single time I've taken this particular pen out to write, it's done well. First time, every single time. It has done me very well. So anyway, that's the latest addition in the Waterman family to my pen collection. Another Waterman Expert, this one the Expert 3.